thing. Oh, it is. Well, I was hoping that was going to work. Let's do. That has decided that it don't want to work. So let's see here. Hold on. There we go. There. And then we will transition again, and hopefully this will work correctly. Nope. Still not going to work. Really? Hold on. This thing's being stupid. Shows up on my screen as being correct. Why is this not working? I have to Sure, why not? Transition to that. Transition back to this. There we go. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Sorry, we are still learning this craft, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, for tonight's entertainment, while playing Minecraft with my boy here, we're gonna watch some of the best roasts from, or best material from different roasts I've had over the years. I feel quite strongly that we have, as a society and as a culture, have, my God, just gotten way too damn sensitive for everything. So, some of us weren't born within the last 20 years and don't get offended at everything and remember a time when things used to be fun and good. So, to that effect, we're going to play some of the best material that we can find here on YouTube. Have ourselves a good laugh while we're playing with our son. And here you all.
To roast such a brilliant, charismatic, totally self-made billionaire who I believe will one day run this country. And on the face.
If I recall correctly, this was filmed in 2011 or 12. I don't remember, but it was somewhere around when Romney was running. I think it was right before. The 12 election. So he's not actually saying that necessarily because he believes it. He's saying it mostly because it's written in the script. But I picked this one to start off with because people of today seem to have such garbage memories that they don't remember that there was a time that the media treated Trump entirely differently than they do now, and that they changed that over as soon as he announced as a Republican. Like all these friends and all these people who were friends with him in the media and everything else, he foolishly thought that they would still be friends with him. But the way that whole thing works is the minute he didn't go Democrat, they all turned on him. So this is before they all turned on him and got him all of, half the country to hate his guts. This is when he was still beloved by everybody, including every single person on this stage. Some of which, like Jeff Ross, have since turned their back on him and tried to distance themselves from him because, the whole thing is corrupt as hell. But this is how the media used to look at Trump before 2015.
Facebook guy canceled and we got stuck with your bloated ass. Tonight, we honor a self-made millionaire. He started with nothing, worked hard, and made a fortune. That man is Fred Trump, Donald's dad. But even when you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, hard times can strike, and that's just what happened to Donald. Oh, yeah. He was even forced into the ultimate act of degradation, starring in his own reality show. And soon, the top-rated TV show in the nation starred a total asshole torturing people who were stupid enough to work with him. In addition to 2.5 Men, The Apprentice was also a pretty popular show. This guy has an ego. When Trump bangs a supermodel, he closes his eyes and imagines he's jerking off. And now, Donald, let's get our first roaster up here to knock you down like the homeless shelter you had destroyed on the way here.
I know we're here to roast Donald Trump, but I gotta give a shout out to my main man, Larry King, and the motherfucking app. Larry, you know how he is. Larry is cool, but backstage I handed him a joint and he rubbed Ben Gay into it. Hey, yo, Seth, FYI, ain't no niggas watching the Cleveland show. From me to you, Lisa is a stone cold freak. Lisa fucked Larry King, Don King, Rodney King, and Billie Jean King in the Burger King bathroom. This is an ugly business, man. I mean, look at Jeff Ross. He's one ugly motherfucker. Now, when Jeff was born, his mother shit during the delivery. And when she looked down, she thought she had twins. That's why he's so corny. I gotta say a few more things about my girl Snooki over there. Oh, that ain't Snooki? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. All white people who act black look alike to me. And man, stop lifting your shirt up like a prison bitch, or else go out in the corner and get me some motherfucking money before I go upside your head with this coat hanging. Now, for me to you, Donald, I wish I had half of your money. But for that, you need a 20-year-old's pussy and a divorce lawyer. Now, I may not have half his paper, but I got twice the dick, and you can believe that. Donald say he wants to run for president and move on into the White House. Why not? It wouldn't be the first time you pushed a black family out of their home.
It's a good joke. That's a great joke.
Situation from the Jersey Shore. Do you have a book out? Amazon said customers who bought this book also bought a rope and a stool. Donald, tonight people will make fun of your looks. Fuck 'em!
You can't even joke about it.
You've always gotten beautiful women. You've disappointed more women than Sex and the City 2. You are the ultimate proof that money can buy good-looking pussy. If you were broke, you'd be fucking me.
This is my career. It's come to this. If you're just joining us, by the way, we're here with Lisa Lumpy Belly. Lisa is a shock comic, but only if you look at her face. Situation has a new fragrance out called a sitch, which is also what you call yourself when you can't spell your own nickname. To prepare for this event, I read Jeff Ross's book about roasts. Jeff, my last prenup was funnier. And unlike you, I wrote it myself. Donald Trump, without a doubt, you're a New York landmark, which means it's only a matter of time until you bulldoze yourself to build some gaudy, tacky monstrosity and put your name on it.
Mike, you're doing really well right now. You've got a ton of endorsement deals. You've got a cologne, a vodka, a workout video. I mean, you've got your name on everything except a high school diploma. You know, they say you only roast the ones you love.
This is going to be short.
So this is going to be short. You know, at first I thought Seth was just famous for the Family Guy, but then I did some research, and he's actually not famous at all. Donald, you've got a great sense of humor. You've been so happy to embarrass yourself on Saturday Night Live, in the casino business. You know, Donald Trump is such a douchebag that if you look up the word douchebag in the dictionary, there's a picture of Spencer Pratt. But if you look close,
I actually don't know who that
Spencer Pratt is holding up a picture of Donald Trump.
Hey, Jeff Ross, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Jeff, me and you have a lot in common, buddy.
God, he sucked.
We're both from Jersey, and tonight's my first night doing comedy.
What a waste of genetic material. He's,
Well,
It's also your last night, just so you know.
yeah, it really was. He's the only
As you
person
can see,
that made
I'll
any
be
of the
speaking with
roasts
the help
into
of
shit.
my signer this evening. And to be honest, I'm a little self-conscious
She was
about my voice.
hilarious.
Because I've been told by thousands of people that when I speak, it sounds like Whitney Cummings with a dick in her mouth.
You see how people used to be able to joke about things?
I guess I'm the
You're
perfect
all happy
choice for
among
this
yourselves.
roast. Because like the situation, I too have never heard the sound of laughter. And of course, over there is the legendary roast master general, Jeff Ross. Can you believe that he actually asked me out? I said, Jeff, I'm deaf, not blind. I have to say, it's such a thrill to be up here with an esteemed peer like Lisa Lampanelli. I won the Oscar for Best Actress, and Lisa won Best in Breed at the county fair. Marley, I can't do this anymore. She's an Oscar-winning actress, and I can't do this. I'm out of here. See you later.
But can anyone else speak for me?
I
Hello?
will be of assistance. I will be happy to sign for the great Marley Matlin. The Hammerstein Ballroom. Speaking of ballroom, Mr. Trump, how are those Spanx holding up? Donald always says money can't buy happiness, but it can buy the best Eastern European whores New York City has to offer. Did I get that right?
Sounds good to me.
Anthony Jeselnik is making his first appearance on the roast. This is the first time someone has lost their virginity around Donald Trump without him having to promise them American citizenship. People make fun of the situation. They make fun of the fact that he's always lifting up his shirt to show his abs. I endorse it. In fact, Mr. Situation, I suggest you lift up your shirt even higher so that it covers this situation.
I missed that.
Lisa Lampanelli is here. Lisa, thanks for making time to be here. I know you're very busy starring in I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant. Donald, you are gross. Nobody likes you, but you come back every couple years and nobody knows why. You're like the McRib. Donald Trump, you are known for your terrible haircut, and now I can see why. Your hair sucks. You look like Justin Bieber caught on fire. You're obviously very rich. Donald Trump is literally rolling in dough, which means he knows what it's like to fuck Lisa Lampanelli. You got Melania a huge 12-carat diamond engagement ring. You should not have gotten her a diamond. Now she knows what hard is supposed to feel like.
That's a good joke. That is a good joke.
This is exciting,
That's
Trump.
an excellent
Are you having
joke.
a good time?
Good time.
All right, well, tell your face. Larry, I love you. You've been a great sport tonight. Give him some love. The former hunchback of CNN. His first caller was Alexander Graham Bell. The first time Larry covered an uprising in Egypt, he interviewed Moses. Larry asked him if he thought the whole thing was a pyramid scheme. I love Larry. He recently quit his show. He plans on spending his retirement opening a jar. Whitney, thanks for yelling your act at us like always. This is the first time Marley's glad she's deaf. Snoop Dogg, he smoked so much weed, he actually had to write a song called, Hey, What's My Motherfucking Name? The Situation is here for you. I'm looking forward to the cancellation. I hear the next season of the Jersey Shore is going to be shot in Italy, is that right? I hope that's just a sneaky way of deporting you. Donald, doesn't it drive you crazy that you'll never build anything as high as me and Snoop right now? Donald's ego is so big, he videotapes himself masturbating and then masturbates to that video. Greg Giraldo, roast in peace. Thank you very much, everybody.
No, there were parts of the Bieber roast that were great. The one that was fantastic was, Mike Tyson. My God, that was great.
All right, our next roaster is Mike Tyson. Tyson has had 3 marriages. The first 2 ended in knockouts.
I
He's
threw
a
in the
guy-
towel. I threw in the fucking towel.
Please don't murder me. He's a guy. He's a guy who's beaten every opponent he has gone up against, except the letter S. So now, please Please be patient as he sounds out his jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, Iron Mike Tyson!
Thank you very much, Seth. Oh, man. Well, you know, during a very dark period in my life, I found inspiration by reading the great epic poet, the Iliad. So see, Seth, you're not the only person that gotten by taking ideas from Homer. A fucking idiot over there. He's a fucking idiot with a stoolie. Okay, all right. Well, if I must confess, I'm really not a roaster, because of course you know, everyone, I don't like hurting people, and I'm living, you know, more of a spiritual life now through poetry, and I've written. Well, you know, I've written, you know, many verses in my secret garden, and now I like to share them with a few of you here today. Thank you, everybody. Well, this will be an honor because, as the bard once said, all the world's a stage, and Charlie's been booed off the mall, of course. In this first verse, you'll recognize the classic AABBA poetic structure. There once was an old man named Ross, whose jokes were covered with moss. His punchline was musty, his premise was dusty. I wished he'd suck on a fucking exhaust, you know? Oh, so excuse me. What you gonna do, Jeff? Fuck you gonna do, Jeff? You know, I must say, you know, I'm rather intrigued by your puffy, grotesque fucking face, Jeff. You know, normally when I'm next to somebody whose face is grotesque as yours, they throw in the fucking towel, man. You're a mess, man. During your performance, I wish I bit my own ears off, you know? You fucking suck, man. You All right. That was the best fight. All right. Now, no, come on, stop. I gotta do this shit right. All right. Of course, no poetry slam will be complete without a tip of the parade to the beat poets. Now, please. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed. Madness, starving, hysterically naked, dragged themselves through the Negro streets at dawn looking for an angry fix. And I say, hey, Charlie Sheen, that Preston's a fucking guy, man. He got a big protruding balls. He's gonna bust your stool, man. Watch out, it's not a pretty sight, Charlie. You'll be wearing diapers for a long time. Fuck! Oh. If I may digress, I didn't do well in school, but I'm trying to do this shit. All right. Charlie, our next poem was inspired by the great Emily Dickinson, who I consider a real goddess. You know, whatever happened to them hoes, man? Charlie, let me remind you something that every man must know.
You literally can't even use that term on Facebook anymore. It'll get you censored. I don't even know about YouTube, but HOES, the garden tool. You use that on Facebook now, you get censored. This used to be broadcast television. In, 10 years? We've gone from this to where we're at now. Thanks to the authoritarian left.
Once the money goes, so does the hose. Trust me on that one, Charlie. Come on, let's keep it real. You know, Brooke, Charlie had every fucking disease known to man, but still, you suck his dick before you shake Steve O's hand. You know? So listen, right? This wife-beating cokehead claims he's some rock star from Mars. Man, if he was black, his ass be behind bars, you know? Which is fucking bullshit because I'm the greatest poet alive. I'm the greatest wordsmith ever. I'm Robert Frost. I'm Lord Byron. My verses are impetuous. My rhymes are impregnable. I want to eat your children. But of course, I'm using poetic license, and They haven't revoked that one yet. And
Yeah, give him a decade. I actually have a friend who I went to elementary school with in LA who he knows several people in the rap industry, Dre, Snoop, and several other people. But one of the people he was fortunate enough to meet and hang out with was this guy in a hotel in Las Vegas one time, and I was told he is in real life as certifiably insane as he comes off in the shit. He is something to be around. I would die laughing and also fear for my life at the same time. Ah, yeah.
thank you all, guys. May you guys continue and resume to being nasty and talking mean to one another. God bless you. Bye, guys. I'm finished.
The other one.
Isn't this just wonderful? I mean, all you youngsters getting together to tell naughty jokes. For the love of God, will someone please punch me in the face so I can see some scars?
I say this with humility. Comedy needs me. Comedy legend Joan Rivers. Chug, 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 chug,
Bad. That's a woman.
You're kidding! I was bitch! Ow! Ow!
Fuck
I want to
you.
come
Joan
onto your
Rivers,
goddamn
Captain.
place. Oh yeah, shut up.
Joan Rivers. Not even female comedians, period, ever.
I know this must be a roast. Hello, ha. But let me just tell you something. I am disgusted. And I am appalled by what I have witnessed here tonight. I have been a comic for more than 40 years. 40 years. Yes. And after hearing the filth that came out of your disgusting, filthy mouths, I am embarrassed for my profession. I respect my craft. And tonight I watched all of you defile it with vulgarity. You took a comedy legend and you destroyed this poor son of a bitch. Can you hear that, Carl? You used to work clean. Do you remember that at all? What'd you say tonight? You said shit. You said cunt. You never said that in your routines. You say that for Homer when the synagogue called for money. I'm just sick of it. I'm ashamed. And Kathy Griffin, you know what you are, darling? You are a thief. Yes, you stole my act, you stole my gaze, and you stole the face of the Burger King. I am not happy with this. Who else do I want to talk about? Robin, you were supposed to bring class. That's why we booked you. Oh, my God. What you said was so true, Gilbert, about the father. Oh, when you do the Howard Stern show, every time there's a break, she goes, oh, my father molested me. My father molested me. Take a good look at yourself, darling. Let me tell you something. You should be thrilled that that man paid any attention at all. I saw you naked backstage, bitch. You look like a f***ing mudslide. I don't even talk about you. Which brings me to Brad Garrett. Brad, you have the nerve to criticize me. The only thing lower than your show's rating is a Carl Reiner's ball. Show him, Carl. Wake him up. And now I guess I have to talk about you, honey.
Oh.
Who the f*** are you?
Whitney came to me all sweet. I want your advice. I'm a young comedian. I want your... I'll give you advice. I'll give you the same advice I gave to David Carradine. Hang in there. Now... And speaking of men in fishnets, I love that transition. What am I going to say to you, Mario? Welcome to the dais. Dorothy, you're not in Ken's ass anymore. You're in the big time. You took a shit last week and Rock Hudson came out.
Remember when we used to make jokes about everybody, including the rainbow people?
Who's left? Greg?
Everybody?
When they said to me, Greg Giraldo is going to be on the show, I said, who the fuck is Greg Giraldo? And then I thought, this is wrong. And I went and I Googled you. And you know what Google said? Who the fuck is Greg Giraldo? But I thank you for coming. Which brings us to Gilbert Gottfried. I am a 76-year-old woman. I sat there. I haven't got that much fucking time left. Your set was longer than Bernie Madoff's prison sentence. I mean, on. Open your fucking eyes. The audience is leaving, you ass. Sick of you. You are loud. You are obnoxious. You make me ashamed to be Jewish. I have become a Jew hater tonight. Do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do when I leave here? I am going to go to Malibu and I'm going to give Mel Gibson a job. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you.
Concept of what that...
I was going to make an announcement tonight that I was going to retire. This was going to be it for me. I wanted to spend my golden years with my wonderful daughter, Melissa, my beloved grandson, Cooper. I was just going to sit back. But after tonight's show, no, I cannot leave comedy in the hands of these untalented people. No, comedy.
God, it saddens me. If you were alive today, not only would you be sad at the state of comedy, you'd be sad that there essentially is no comedy, with the exception of a few people that are uncancelable, like Dave Chappelle, who I love very, very much. Probably one of the top 2 or 3 most brilliant comedians of all time. But they haven't been able to successfully cancel him yet, although they keep trying. But everyone else, more or less, have been bullied into silence. And, God. This is what we grew up with. We had better everything than there is now. Why? Because while politics were mentioned, everything in the culture was not centered around politics, or around identity, or around this, or around that. It was just, everyone was just better. We were all better human beings.
Comedy, and I say this with humility, comedy needs me. Comedy needs me. Yes. Down. Comedy needs Joan Rivers. And even more than comedy, and I say this, America needs Joan Rivers. Yes, America needs Joan. Will you cue the fucking flag, please? Thank you. America needs Joan Rivers. And that is why, tonight, I swear to you, I am going to keep comedy forever going in this country. I will not retire, do you understand me? I plan to be around for the next 100 years, just like herpes. When you least expect it, I will be there. As long as there are body parts, I will be there. I will get arms, I will get legs. These are already at Chastity Bono's breasts. I am going to be there. Take a good look at this face, America. Give me a close-up. Not that close! Get back, you asshole! This is the face of comedy. And just like our flag behind me, This face has been battered. This face has been burnt. This face has been spat on. But I am proud to say, just like our flag in its lifetime, this face also has had 50 stars on it. Come on, Carl. Let's go home. Do you remember where you live? Thank you all. And God bless America. And good night.
Miss Betty White, ladies and gentlemen.
One of those woman's fingers worth 50 million other people.
Thank you so very much, and good night.
Even when she was on Hot in Cleveland, she was funny.
Jason
My wife watches
Alexander,
that.
you are such a treat. You know, I was expecting you to be just dreadful. Well, in all fairness, I was basing that on everything you've ever done. But isn't this just wonderful? I mean, all you youngsters getting together to tell naughty jokes. It's like the great roasts I went to in the good old days. Of course, you wouldn't have been allowed in, Nichelle. Sorry.
Hilarious and sad, but hilarious.
Oh,
remember when we used to joke
we
about
had
these
our fun. You know, I have been a huge Trekkie ever since the show first aired, and that's why I'm so thrilled to see Nichelle and George Takei here tonight, because let's face it,
remember when
we
George
all know
Takei wasn't
Shatner's
political?
Nuts.
Does anybody remember when George Takei wasn't political? I do. He used to be a fantastic human being until he got political.
But George has actually tasted them.
He used to be able to make every kind of jokes.
We all know Shatner's nuts, but George has actually tasted them.
Hilarious.
Oh, it always makes me laugh when I see Artie Lang on stage, knowing I'm going to outlive him.
He's still living? I can't even remember.
No. Oh, but you know who I love? Look at that Patton Oswalt. So adorable. He's like a plump little troll. Backstage, I caught him going up on Farrah Fawcett. Oh, Farrah, you know I don't mean any of this. You know that. I feel such a special connection to you, Farrah. I'm in my 80s, and that's the last decade you mattered.
And before,
who else is here tonight? Where's Spock? And James Spader? And Bones and Scotty and... Oh, Bill, all your friends are either dead or they hate you. To be fair, I'm a little of column A and a little of column B. But you look great. You know, they make 1% milk now. Darling, you were supposed to explore the galaxy, not fill it. All joking aside, Bill can be quite a charmer. I'm not ashamed to say that I once had sex with Bill Shatner.
There was a pause there, and they were like, should we clap for this? And we don't get in.
Oh, you should have seen him sweating and grunting and so red in the face and wheezing. Finally, I said, Bill, you better hurry up and finish. In 2 minutes, they're going to start the roast. Of course, I'm still joking. Bill is a happily married man. I caught the bouquet at Bill's wedding. And I hope I'm still around to catch the cock ring at Sully's. Bill, the truth is, I dearly love you. I've always admired you as an actor. I think you're funny and smart and kind. And I was so excited when I found out I'd be working with you on Boston Legal. Till I worked with you on Boston Legal. Good night.
Watch that show. It's live episode, and I'm looking to the cutoff format and a lot of other things.
Please welcome Cloris Leachman.
I am not here to roast Bob Saget. I'm here to fuck John Stamos. Stamos, you shouldn't talk so much. Your mouth is canceling out all the hard work your ass is doing. If you play your...
I will remind you that even at that time, and still this day, jokes like that towards men, comments like that towards men, perfectly acceptable. Men make jokes like that about women, or comments like that about women, everyone loses their fucking minds.
Your cards right, I'll do something no woman has ever done to you. Put you in the movies. Does any one of you actually know who I am? I was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
My introduction to her work was Young Frankenstein.
Total slut, by the way. She taught me everything I know. Here's something you don't know about Mary. When she had an orgasm, she threw her hat in the air. I don't know who any of you people is. Maybe that's because I watch TV and go to the movies and read the trades. I have vibrators older than most of you. The difference is my vibrators still work. Which one of you fellas is Susie Essman? Normie McDonald? I've never met you before, but I want you to know I'm carrying mace.
God, I miss Norm
Norm
Macdonald.
can't stay much longer. He has to get his suit back to his father's coffin. I'm an Academy Award winner. For the love of God, will someone please punch me in the face so I can see some stars? Can't believe I shaved for this. I mean, what am I even doing here? Who cares about Bob Saget? I was giving reach-arounds to Jack Benny before you were born. And that man had timing. I was actually offered a role on Full House. I turned it down because I wanted to focus on comedy. I'm glad I got out of sitcoms before you killed them. You didn't just kill sitcoms, you raped them and left them for dead in a ditch. Just like I did with Gavin MacLeod in 1975. And then again in 1978, that bald bitch. Bob.
I like that show.
Dearest.
Call me about it. I love the Love Boat. Great show.
I've seen some of your work. And you're not an actor. Not one of you is. I was classically trained in live theater. I improvised, no script, no director, just me and the donkey.
Very.
5 sold-out shows a night for 6 years till the donkey died of exhaustion. Then I was finally ready for Hollywood. What have you nothings done? My YouTube video has 400 hits. Fuck a donkey, then talk to me. Now get up here, Stamos. Let's see what you got.
Oh, no, I'm not watching Nikki. Jesus God. No, absolutely not. Oh, that time Martha Stewart was on. God.
I never thought I'd be spending a Saturday night thinking, I hope I can follow Martha Stewart.
Local comedian Dom Herrera is here. Dom, if you just keep doing what you've been doing, I'm sure you'll eventually be discovered by your landlord 2 weeks after your heart attack.
Martha, thanks for coming. I know that's probably something you don't do much of anymore.
Let's get to the reason I'm here tonight, which is to give Justin Bieber some tips to use when he inevitably ends up in prison. I've been in lockup, and you wouldn't last a week, so pay attention. The first thing you'll need is a shank. I made mine out of a pintail comb and a pack of gum. I'll show you how later. It's so simple. I found Bubblicious works best, and it's so much fun to say. You see, when I did my stretch, all the hood rats on my cell block wanted to break off a piece of Martha Stewart's ass, so I decided some bitch needed to get got. I walked into the chow hall, picked out the biggest bull dyke, and I stuck her. From then on, prison was easier than making blueberry scones. And Shaq, I hope your mom doesn't still hold a grudge. Justin, before I go, here's my final piece of advice. You need to settle down, bring some balance into your life. Find yourself the right gal, but she'll have to be someone on your level, someone powerful and famous and rich. Someone you can smoke a joint with or indulge in the occasional three-way. I'm talking about a playa in the boardroom and a freak in the bedroom. So, Justin, my final piece of advice is call me or not. I'm out, bitch.
I see you over there laughing, Martha Stewart. What you laughing at, huh? She's so old, if you look closely at the $100 bill, you can see Martha photobombing Ben Franklin in the background.
I believe the bedroom is the most important room in the house, but I don't have to tell you that, Ludacris. You have 3 kids with 3 different women. May I suggest pulling out some time and finishing on some fine, highly absorbent Martha Stewart bedlivings?
I had the honor of playing Martha in 2 separate movies. I did my best, but the only one to truly capture Martha Stewart was the FBI.
I remember years ago when I heard there was going to be a movie, a TV movie about me, I thought, oh God, no, because they're always so dreadful. I was really nervous. Well, you can imagine my relief when I found out Sybil Shepherd was going to play me. I thought, Sybil Shepherd, great. No one will see it. Now, Sybil, isn't it interesting that your career basically ended after that role?
Love you too, boy.
As if you'd offended someone with power, someone with vast resources and money. Who could cook up such a plan? Who could craft such a scheme? It was me, bitch.
If anyone can survive in prison, it's someone who can toss a salad. That's right. Martha's a real corporate kingpin. She even has her own brand of wine. It's like her boyfriend. It comes in an old box. Martha is also a humanitarian. When she heard about the kids at the border living in tiny cages, she sent them sewing machines. What's wrong with that?
Hi, Bruce. I have great respect for our honoree Bruce Willis, our roast queen. Probably because I've never seen any of the movies everybody's talking about. Unlike everyone here tonight, I personally have a great appreciation for Bruce's music.
Everyone thinks his best movie is Die Hard. I'm sorry. His best movie, if you want my opinion, is Pulp Fiction. Die Hard is great. And I know his section of Pulp Fiction is smaller, but I think it's a better character arc. And I think it's more interesting, but that's just me. I would also say Fifth Element is probably up there with it, but I think the best character he ever played, what's his name? The boxer. There's the boxer in Pulp Fiction. Damn. Somebody tell me in the comments what the name of the boxer in Pulp Fiction was. It's been a hot minute since I've seen it. I want to say it was Butch something. And not Cassidy. It was Butch something. I don't know. Maybe they didn't give it last name. I'm not sure.
I play it at all my parties when it's late, and I want everyone to leave immediately. Bruce and I are actually neighbors. We're in the same town in Bedford. He has a wonderful house. The interior design is amazing. He wanted everything inside to look mid-century modern, except his new wife. I remember when Bruce invited me to their wedding. He hand-delivered the invitation, and I told him, I'll catch the next one.
Martha Stewart, thank you for being here. Seriously, and congratulations. And into your sweatshirt now.
The name of You Have It All. The name of a professional porn star. And the body of an amateur porn star. You know, I'm a big supporter of the Me Too movement. But remember, Nikki, Me Too.
Fuck the Me Too movement. Yeah, you heard me. The Me Too movement is directly responsible for the death of damn near every intellectual property in Hollywood. All of the franchises, all destroyed by woke-ass feminism. And yes, Harvey Weinstein was a piece of shit. However, if you made a deal with Harvey Weinstein, he got something, you got something. For you to come out years later and say you were a victim is a lie. Now, it's still morally wrong for him to do what he did, but for you to come out later, years later, and say you were a victim is equally bad. Because you're both lying, dishonest, corrupt pieces of shit. You're just trying to frame yourself as the one who was a victim in that circumstance when really, no, it was a trade-off. You both got something out of it. And the way that Hollywood casting works, with thousands upon thousands of people trying out for every part.
Shouldn't just be what a guy says to his friend when he tells him he had sex with Nikki Glaser.
In case you didn't know, I am Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Diesel, Superman, Big Aristotle, Big Cactus, Big Galactus, and Martha Stewart's baby daddy. And trust me, Martha know how to work that motherfucker, boy, let me tell you. Once you go Shaq, you never go back, ain't that right, Martha?
When Shaq bought his house, Shaq, are you listening? I was the first person he called. The house had 13 bedrooms, and I helped convert 8 of them into refrigerators.
All these rappers on stage, and Martha Stewart has done the most jail time.
See, now she's a huge feminist, but she's still funny as hell. Nikki Glaser is also a huge feminist, and she ain't funny at all. There's ways to do things. I disagree with your feminist message, but I can't deny the talent. I can't remember her name right now. It's been a while since I watched this. She ended up getting a TV show on Comedy Central that was all feminist crap, and it was stupid. But her material in this was great. And some of her, Natasha Leggero, and some of her stand-up material and other things has been fantastic. But then they went and gave her a show on Comedy Central, and it just all went to shit.
I taught Snoop that the most important thing in business is diversification. Besides his music career, Snoop now has produced a porn movie. And by the way, Natasha, you were great in that. So I guess that tonight's the second time you've worked with 5 black guys. You know, I do a lot of gardening, but you are without a doubt the dirtiest used up hoe I have ever seen.
Oh, Greg Giraldo. We'll get
Our first roaster is here tonight only because he's Colombian and Andy Dick needed the cocaine. Mr. Greg Giraldo! Thank you, Pillsbury Jew Boy.
Actually, that's not.
Seriously, folks, seriously. How about a hand for the bald Nathan Lane, everybody, isn't he? Jason, that was a refreshing change. These days, the only time you're funny is on a rerun. You've really tried to hang in there after Seinfeld. You had shows like Bob Patterson and Listen Up. Those shows disappeared faster than a bowl of Percocet at Farrah Fawcett's house. You've been in more turds than Andy Dick's penis. Look at his dais. Fat guys, old ladies, and an Asian. I feel like I'm on a bus to Atlantic City. Look at this. Nichelle Nichols, Farrah Fawcett, and Betty White. I'll take women I would masturbate to 30 years ago for 1,000, Alex. Somebody get me a time machine so I can crank a couple out. What a cruel joke. 3 women you'd want to fuck 30 years ago, and 1 I wouldn't fuck 30 beers from now. Farrah Fawcett. God, were you a 70s icon. That poster of you in the bathing suit. Holy shit. That poster caused more DNA to be spilled than a crime lab technician with Parkinson's disease. Artie Lang, you fat, drunk slob. Artie, your liver has more holes in it than Mel Gibson's apology. Your liver's so black, Lisa Lampanelli tried to get it to fuck her up the ass and never call again. Artie, your pal George Takei is here. Sorry to pick on you, George. I know it couldn't be easy being a gay Japanese man in the 50s. I mean, it had to be almost impossible to pronounce glory hole with a Japanese accent. George, you'll be happy to know that Jeff Ross is here. Jeff is such a huge asshole, you won't have to spit on your dick first. Kevin Pollak. Kevin Pollak's here. Kevin, how the hell do you have a movie career? Seriously, you're a balding midget. There are more fully developed men in Michael Jackson's bedroom. Speaking of underdeveloped, Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt's here. Patton, you look like a bullfrog fucked a mongoloid. Seriously. No offense. No offense, Artie and George. Seriously, Patton, whenever I see anyone that looks like you, they're usually being taken to the playground by their 80-year-old mother. To our guest of honor now, the great William Shatner, everybody. Hi, William. Bill, that was quite an entrance. When I heard someone was going to come on a horse, I thought, wow, the network's really going to let Andy Dick and Lisa Lampanelli get away with murder. But Bill, you're not just brilliant and old and fat. You're an inspiration. You prove that having no talent can be seen as hip and ironic. You overact more than Betty White's bladder. Wow. Then, of course, there was T.J. Hooker. The only thing I remember about that show was your hair and that hot chick, what's-her-face, Adrienne Zemed. What happened to her? You're a humanitarian. You work with a foundation to bring peace to the Middle East, and whatever it is you're doing, keep it up. Because it's really working.
Peace to the Middle East?
It's really working. You know, one of the most surreal parts of this business is that I get to stand here and make fun of a legend like you. You're an enormous part of my youth, and you made Captain Kirk larger than life. And really, honestly, no actor who's ever lived could have done more with that role. And the fact that you continue to crank out the best work you've done today, when statistically you should be dead, is really, really inspiring. Thank you very much.
Sorry, still not the best captain. Cisco takes that honor. But, yeah.
Our first roaster. We're going to get him out of the way so we can enjoy some comedy. Please give it up for Greg Giraldo. Make some noise for him.
Thank you, everybody. Keep it going for Cat Williams, everybody. Isn't he adorable? What a cute little kind of person he is. Holy shit. Cat, you're like Afro Sheen. Some white people have heard of you, but no one knows what you do. What a teeny little pimp. Man, being a pimp ain't easy, especially when you gotta stand on phone books to smack a bitch. You got a great look, Cat. I love it. I was backstage. I thought I smelled the stinkiest, nastiest bud. Turns out it was just Cat ironing his hair. This is great. Cat Williams, Flava Flav, Snoop, Ice-T. There's so many black dicks up here, I feel like we're doing this roast in Lisa Lampanelli's mouth. Face it, Lisa. You've swallowed more black seeds than Warren Sapp at a watermelon eating contest. Ice-T is here. Holy Ice-T, you fucking fossil. Holy shit. You're so old. The first thing you bought with your record deal money was your freedom. On your first album, the N-word was Negro. Some more is here.
Right.
Some more when it comes to movies, maybe you should do some less. Soul Plane, holy shit. That was such a horrible embarrassment to black people, Brigitte Nielsen tried to fuck it. Brigitte Nielsen's here. Good to see you sitting up, sweetheart. I guess you're in rehab, and I really hope that works out for you, but seriously, if you want to stop repeating the disgusting things you've done in the past, why don't you just get your pussy sewn shut? Think of how many spools of thread that would take. Your pussy's so big, Sylvester Stallone left his career in there. God, you are a big, ghoulish woman. I'm talking to you, Carrot Top. Jesus. What happened to your face? You look retarded. How did you do that? How did you find a plastic surgeon who could add a chromosome? And what's with the muscles? How much strength does it take to jump around on stage like a spastic monkey? Don't answer that, Flav. That's for later. This really is an ugly group of people. Holy shit. Just like giant white women and a bunch of black dudes. I feel like we're doing one of those baby daddy shows on the Maury Povich show. Don't worry, Jimmy, you'll be hosting that soon, too. You just had your appendix out. Apparently you can get appendicitis from being overrated. That was the one that was too much. Overrated. Giant pussy's okay, but don't. Jeff Ross. Jeff, how are you? Jeff just hosted some ridiculous talent show on ABC. A talent show. Where do you get the balls to host a talent? You running a talent show is like Michael Vick running the ASPCA. Maybe next year you could host a handsome contest. Good to see Snoop here. Snoop smoked so much hemp he once shit a rope. Snoop, you're filled with toxins, you've killed people, and you've been banned from every country on the planet. You're like Chinese toothpaste. And now, guest of honor, Flava Flav. This is exciting, Flav. It really is. This is an honor. I've never roasted an oily cadaver before. You're like a turd with teeth. Look at yourself. I love the crown. You look like King Lear got trapped in a forest fire. You are one black motherfucker. You're like a skeleton wrapped in electrical tape. You look like Idi Amin after a 3-year crack binge on the sun. You're a groundbreaker. Let's face it, Flav. This is a racist country, and normally to make it in America, a black man has to be really good at something. Flavor of Love, I've seen more culturally uplifting entertainment at a Tijuana donkey show. All right, Flav. Well, you're the best, man. You've just left a mark on the cultural landscape that people can only dream of doing, and you're one of the most memorable people ever in the history of entertainment. And you know that clock around your neck, that was just a pure genius. Because watching you, America really always knows what time it is. It's time black people stop progressing as a race.
He's back again, making his annual disappearance. Please welcome the unknown comic, one of my favorites, Greg Giraldo.
Thank you, everybody. John Stamos, isn't he, she great?
John played the bongos in a Beach Boys video wearing a pink tank top. That couldn't have been any gayer if George Michaels was on your lap stuffing crystal meth up your ass with Rupert Everett's fist. You're on ER now, John. Congratulations. You're like Susie Essman's vagina. You're almost useless, but somehow you keep working. John was married to my favorite supermodel, Rebecca Romaine O'Connell. Jesus. Holy. John, you lost your wife to the fat kid from Stand By Me. Holy shit. Look at you, you greasy Greek bastard. I look at you and I wonder, how can there be an energy crisis? We shouldn't be drilling in Alaska. We should be wringing out your family's pillowcases. Look at this dais. What a parade of horrible. Are we crowning the ugliest person in show business here tonight? It's like Stamos sucked up all the handsome for himself. This stage is like Planned Parenthood. 2 sluts and 9 abortions. Norm Macdonald is here, one of the funniest people.
Even that, I despise Planned Parenthood and I want them ended. I can still laugh at that joke. The only reason I'm not laughing at that joke is, at this moment, is because I know some of the political hijinks that they're up to. But at the time, that joke was a lot funnier, at least to me, than it is at the current moment. Especially considering after the Kung Flu shit.
People ever. Norm's got a giant gambling problem. He's dropped more coin in a casino than Michael J. Fox at a parking meter. It's a fucking roast. Groany, groan, groan. Brian Posehn, look at him, that giant fucking ghoul. We've all seen you shirtless on the Sarah Silverman show. It's hard to believe you could be so out of shape considering how often the townspeople must chase you around with torches. The great Cloris Leachman, of course, is here. Cloris Leachman. Cloris is so old, she lost her virginity to a druid. What are you doing here, Cloris? You're the only person with any talent. You've won an Oscar and 9 Emmys. When it comes to winning awards, you've been more voracious than John Lovitz at an all-the-dick-you-can-eat buffet. John Lovitz, you fucking gay weeble. Come on, John, there hasn't been a more feminine Jew in the closet since Anne Frank. You don't like cock, you love it. You are one pouch-chinned prick. Every time you open your mouth, I expect a baby kangaroo to jump out. You have the jawline of a pelican. A flock of seabirds was backstage looking for fish in your chin bags. Susie Essman, look at you. You're a mess. You're like Screech with tits. I guess Cloris Leachman is here to make you seem fuckable. When I saw you got cast as a loud, obnoxious Jewish broad on Curb Your Enthusiasm, I thought, wow, I guess you must give better head than Fran Drescher. Speaking of head, Jeff Garland's big head is here. Jeff's head is like the population of India. It's dense, sweaty, and doubles in size each year. Gilbert Gottfried's here. Gilbert recently had a baby. Who would fuck you? You have the sex appeal of a school bus fire. Which brings me to the man of the hour, Bob Saget, everybody, huh? Bob Saget. Bob, you are a genital wart on the cock of American culture. Seriously, who gives a shit about Bob Saget? With your long neck, pointy beak, and granny glasses, you're like the Vlasic pickle stork. Except instead of delivering babies, you're not funny. You're like my 7-year-old son. You think cursing is hilarious, and you're not surprised your dick is the same size it was in the first grade. And where the hell are the Olsen twins? The Olsens are like Tom Green's testicles. They look the same, but one is fake and empty inside, and the other one's been licked by Heath Ledger. He'd be cool with it, fuckers. You wrote and directed the movie Farce of the Penguins. That movie was so stupid, Ebert and Roper gave it 2 thumbs down syndrome. A lot of people say you're a shameless sellout. That's ridiculous. You got to be a little ashamed. Seriously. A little bit? I read an interview where you referred to yourself as an artist. Are you fucking kidding me? As an artist? You use the phrase as an artist? You are a vortex of artistic compromise. Charlie Sheen watches you and feels good about himself. You are an artist in the same way Cloris Leachman is moist. You're not an artist, Bob, and stop enjoying your ironic hipness that's going on with you these days. You're not cool. Stop trying to be hip. At one point in your act, you actually say, "Who's your daddy? Say my name. Look me in the eye. True dat." Holy fuck. I couldn't cringe any harder if I watched my mom in a Bukkake video. I'm done being mean, Bob. I've met you a bunch of times. You've always been hilarious and super cool, and everybody that knows you loves and respects you. Nobody ever has a bad thing to say about you, and that's particularly surprising because you're Jewish and you're obnoxious people. Thanks a lot for letting me do this. Thank you.
I often forget that Bob Saget is Jewish. Like most people in Hollywood, a lot of them aren't Jewish. For some reason, it just never occurred to me that
Our next performer coming to the podium is Nick DiPaolo. Nick's in his element here today because he's used to working in front of an audience who's there to see someone else. Please welcome Guinea greaseball comedian Nick DiPaolo!
He's back again making his annual...
Norm.
John Stamos. I want to start with John Stamos, our esteemed roast master. John, well, John has a reputation for being a bit of a swinger. Did you know instead of an umbilical cord, John was born with a bungee cord? John likes the ladies, it's true. He has a one-track mind, and the traffic on it is pretty light.
This was really funny at the time because his entire sense of humor is extremely dry. But if you don't know him and his material, this, to the average audience, I suppose, this probably wouldn't be funny, but it really was at the time.
Tasteful, lovely program. You know him, you love him. Will you please welcome Mr. Gilbert Gottfried?
Get me that Matt Lauer roast. It's what I've been waiting for my entire career. Please let me roast Matt Lauer. That's all I ask. One where I can do a joke on your hair's thinning or something. It's so much you can do about him. You know, sometimes I get accused of not preparing, but I did today. There'd be more faggot jokes than usual. Usually it's just old jokes, but now I got a bunch of old faggot jokes. And you know about being an old faggot. 3 fags are in a hot tub. All of a sudden, a big blob of semen floats to the top. One fag turns to the other and says, "All right, who farted?" A guy's driving in his car. He crashes into another car. He gets out of his car. A fag jumps out of the other car. He goes look at when a fag. He looks up his ass and he finds a bouquet of flowers. And he says, I don't know where these came from. And the fag goes, why don't you read the card? Another faggot goes to a doctor. He says, Doctor, me and my boyfriend were fooling around and he shoved a pair of eyeglasses up my ass. So the doctor is looking up his ass. He goes, I can't see anything. And the fag goes, that's funny. I see you perfectly. See, what the logic to that is, I don't understand. What, if you get fucked up the ass a lot, you can see out of your ass? It doesn't really... Somehow it works like a joke, but it makes no sense. And so a girl can see out of her cunt because she's... I'm just asking. Another faggot goes to a doctor. The doctor prescribes suppositories to him. So he goes, well, I don't know if I can see my asshole to fit them in. The doctor says, here's what you do. Put a mirror on the ground, take your pants off, stand over the mirror, and then you can see your ass perfectly. So he goes home, puts a mirror on the ground, takes his pants off, and he looks down. All of a sudden, he gets a big throbbing hard-on. He looks down at his dick. He goes, silly, it's just me. What do you call a Jewish faggot? A Hebrew. You know how two faggots settle an argument? They step outside and exchange blows. What do you call a Chinese faggot? Dicky Chin. How do you fit 4 faggots on a bar stool? Turn the stool upside down. Plus, then the legs go up their ass. Each one's like a pole and it shoved up his ass. What do you call 5 faggots in a sleeping bag? A fruit roll-up. How do you know you're at a gay picnic? All the hot dogs taste like shit. This would mean, of course, that when they go to a picnic, they shove hot dogs up their ass. I don't know. This would mean at a straight picnic, it would taste like pussy if we're going by the same logic. All I know is I want to get to a picnic right away. What's the difference between a refrigerator and a faggot? A refrigerator doesn't fart when you pull your meat out. It's a guy's first day in prison. He's crying, he's scared, and all the convict walks over to him. He goes, kid, that prison life's not so bad. Let me ask you something. You like baseball? He goes, yeah, I like it. Every Monday we have a big baseball game in the yard. And you like movies? He goes, I love them. Every Tuesday we have a big movie shown in the auditorium. And you like baseball? I love it. Every Wednesday we have a big baseball game. Let me ask you one more thing. Are you a homosexual? He goes, no. He goes, ooh, you're not gonna like Thursday. Now George is sitting there going, why wouldn't he like Thursday? What, they hold him down and fuck him in the ass? What's not to like? One guy's fucking him in the ass, the other guy's coming in his mouth. How would he not like a thing like that?
Remind you again, on political grounds, I can't stand George Takei. But as a Star Trek fan, love him. And I can still laugh along with the jokes, even though I oppose, politically speaking, everything that comes out of that man's mouth. But culturally and his personal lifestyle, don't bother me. He's great. Love his work on Star Trek. Wish he'd stand up to more of this woke shit, but in the community he lives in, that'd probably be the death sentence. They'd probably bully him into self-deleting. Not the rainbow community. The pink and blue and white flag community. The rainbow community they're fine. They ain't got no problems. It's that other one that came out of that one they're trying to get away from. I've got a video on that in case you're interested in that topic.
Southern Sheriff is driving along. He sees a naked man tied to a tree. He goes up to him. He goes, "What happened to you?" He goes, "Well, I was driving in my car. I picked up a hitchhiker. He pulled a gun on me. He stole my car. He stole my money and clothes and left me tied to the tree." So the Southern Sheriff opens his pants and goes, "Boy, this ain't your lucky day." And George, of course, is saying, "No, it is his lucky day." He's tied to a tree, and a big Southerner's gonna fuck him in the ass. How could it not be his lucky day? You tell me what there's not to like about it. A big fat Southerner is gonna fuck you in the ass? Of course he enjoys it. It would be even better if he held a gun to his head and then shoved his dick in his ass. The only thing that would be better is if he fucks him in the ass, pulls his dick out, and then comes over his face. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost you on that. A woman is lying in a coma in the hospital. The nurse is watching her. She starts washing her vagina. The woman starts moaning. So she's it's even harder. The woman's moaning and biting her lip. She runs outside, tells the doctor. The doctor pulls the husband over and goes, "Look, I don't know if this'll work, but it might help if you performed oral sex with your wife." So he climbs into bed, they pull the curtain shut. All of a sudden they hear a bell ring and they see it's a flat line. They go inside and the woman's dead. And they say to the husband, "What happened?" And the husband says, "I don't know, I think she choked." Because he had his dick in her mouth. And now George is sitting there going, "Well, that's a good way to die with a cock in your mouth. If I have to die, what better way than a big cock in my mouth?" I can't imagine everyone has to die, but boy, a cock in the mouth, you can't ask for better than that. 3 salesmen go to a farmhouse. They take and you put us up for the night. The farmer goes, "Well, I got one big bed and you can all fit in it." So they all lie side by side in bed and go to sleep. The next morning, the salesman on the right goes, "Boy, I had a great dream. I dreamt a girl was giving me a hand job." And the salesman on the left goes, "That's funny, I dreamt a girl was giving me a hand job." And the salesman in the middle goes, "I dreamt I was skiing." You see, because he was jerking them off. He was jerking them off, but there was no ass fucking in that. I thought, I was pushing it a little too far the other way, so I wanted to end it where it's just a hand job joke. fun. Thank you.
Starting out in comedy, I wonder how long it took him. Oh, this will be good. John Rickles is a fucking legend. I wonder how long it took Gilbert Gottfried.
12. It is time for Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles.
What a great night. I'm too choked up, folks, to talk about Jerry. I'd like to just get things rolling. Jerry, you annoy me. This has been a big, exciting night. I've been sitting next to Johnny Carson the whole night, and he's been telling me how he got started. Johnny, I say to all, on behalf of all of my people, I say this from my heart. You're a wealthy man. We're going to drive a bus over your legs, Johnny. Why doesn't the teleprompter go when I'm up? As soon as I'm on, everything dies. I'd like to say, Rex Reed, you were marvelous. These people are dumbbells. You're marvelous, Rex. I'm going to come over to the house, do your laundry, whatever you want. You're a dynamite guy. Mine, Breckenridge, was my favorite picture. Anyway, don't you find that funny, Peppy? Peppy Wiener, one of the well-known Jewish tycoons, sitting here in the front with the phony ring. Sure, I'm going in the act. What am I going to do? Come out in a suede smoking jacket like I'm wealthy? I didn't recognize the gentleman with the beard. Good luck, sir, and give my best to the folks in Bethlehem. This is an exciting night. I know I said it. I'll say it again. Why don't you become my interpreter? It was a wonderful treat to see Milton Berle backstage come up to me and go, "Hello, son, I'm Milton Berle." I love Milton. You were my idol when I was a kid. Now I'm getting shock treatments. Is he laughing? Take a look. I kid you, old-timer. It's a joke.
What do you mean, old-timer?
Isn't he great? He also has a problem. We like to get back to Jerry. Jerry Lewis is a fantastic star. He lives in St. Cloud, up above Bel Air, up above Poughkeepsie Bay, in $1 million house with 12 security guards and one Jewish guy at the gate going, "You can come in." Wife, Patty, the great Italian lady, God love her. Not allowed to say that on television. A great woman stood out in front of the lawn with all her Italian heritage and yelled, "Ice!" Two people went over big tonight, Alan King and Rex Reed. I worship these two guys. Did you notice when I said that, Milton Berle went, "Phew," he didn't say me. Milton was a great, great star. Milton, all your great, great cohorts. Jack Haley, George Burns, Jack Benny, all the biggies. And good luck to you. I spoke to the home, Milton. You've been spitting up again. Blanket around his legs. And why do I kid Milton? Because he's old. He's old, and what can he do to me? That's right, Patty, drink to keep the image. Why do I kid Patty Lewis? Because it's my job. What am I going to do here? Stand here and kid this old man here with the funny ears? I don't even know who you are. I've seen a lot of people, but all you need is a rubber band and Mighty Mouse on your nose. My luck, this will be the president to crack. Just hope and pray, shine on harvest moon, they know. Sit down, honey. I hate that, a girl walking around introducing herself to all the tables. Good to see you, Laverne. You still in the roller derby? What a great night. Jerry Lewis said we invited all his good friends. Peppy, Lou, Max, and Saw. This table, men here, gentlemen here. Where are you from, sir, if I may ask? New Jersey. You hear the crowd? What is your last name, sir? Anderson. I never heard of you. Good to see you. What's your first name, Mr. Anderson? Bill Anderson. Get out. 40 million people that are close to Jerry. We got dumbbell Bill Anderson right now. Jerry Lewis, Patty made the seating arrangements, and this hockey puck, Bill Anderson, from Jersey, who nobody knows, is right in the front. And I'll bet $1,000 he's a policeman on strike. Anthony Quinn, my closest friend. So, Anthony Quinn, a wonderful man. We had dinner the other night in L.A. Still eats with his hands. Sits on the floor in the underwear going, Rah! You don't call him a slob because he's as big as Rex Reed. And I kid you, Rex, we've never met. We're going to be closer. We're going to go to camp together and have a lot of fun. We're going to have a kayak trip. You know what the funniest was of the whole night? I said a kayak trip, and Anderson went, I am, Simon. Never come in here again, you understand that? 40 million wealthy people, this hockey puck with the Mickey Mouse watch and the drip of dry tie. I kid you, Anderson. You're an Irishman, right? Are these toughies, Anderson? Doesn't matter to me what you are. You're a human being. I don't want to ever see you again. Is that your missus? Give money and help Mrs. Anderson's wife get on her feet again. I kid around about life and people. You keep it up, Johnny. And I'm going to tell everybody that you double date with Merv Griffin. Jerry Thompson's a big star. I say to you people here and now. You clown, I didn't want to be here. Had to take a bus all the way from California to be at your cockamamie show here tonight. People said, Jerry wants you. We never even see each other in L.A. I stand outside the restaurant while you're sitting at the table with Patty throwing meat on the sidewalk. Like a jerk, I roll over and go, no. But why am I here tonight, Jerry? Because you could get hot again. But it's a great... Could you watch me, fella? The guy here for the smoke party. I'm breaking my neck, and this guy's blowing smoke like the fruit trees are going by. I don't know who you are, kid, but get it tucked like everybody else. So, I say to you, Jerry, we kid around. There are many great clowns in our business. Emmett Kelly, that's about it. Jerry, fun is fun, really. And I quote from the Talmud. That's a book that our people read, and it said, love thyself, my dear Jerome, as thy love thee. Thyself. If there's another outburst, I'll clear the room. Love thyself. Jerry, I say this deeply and honestly. A great man, Rabbi Aaron Kryman. Have you heard of him? I never did either. That's why he's not practicing. He said, if thou love thyself, I love thee. Let the land of the camel know that the Sinai desert suck up the sand from the moon. Let the moon suck up the sand. You know what's scary? He's going, I say to all of you tonight, in honor of Jerry Lewis, really, Jerry, you are indeed a kind man. There are many people I've met in California. There is none more gracious than you are. You are an outgoing human being. God has blessed you with a great gift, and you have a delightful family. It has been my pleasure in our meetings from time to time, and from over the tough competitive business, this guy always has a smile and his hand out to be warm and kind. That is a blessing. Your talent, we know about. Continued success, and may the man upstairs continue to watch over you and yours.
The I've never seen this one. I want the one though with Jimmy Walker in it. Oh, that's gonna be glorious. I'm gonna have to watch this. If I play the whole thing, I'm getting nailed for copyright or some crap.
Ladies and gentlemen, a lovely lady, wonderful and warm person, Miss LaWanda Payne.
Don't you come messing with me, Wino. I saw you in the casino last night. Man, you were so smashed. You took a slot machine by the arm and tried to smooth talk it into coming up to your room. That's all you've been winding up with lately. Lemon. Don't start pulling on my skirt either with them hot hunky hands. You do that again, I'll kick you so hard you be wearing your jockey shorts at half mast. Get a load of this day. Look at all these white faces could make a lady snowblind. What you laughing at, Milton Berle? With those buck teeth, you look like a chipmunk in heat. I heard what you said, Dom DeLuise. I don't want no jive from you, fatso. You look like the Pillsbury Doughboy with the moon. Don't you start nothing, George Burns, you old geezer. Honey, he's so antique. He keeps his waterbed filled with Geritol. Look at Don Rickles and tell us about us laughing. Lucky you and Kojak didn't sit next to each other. The NBC censor would have made you two balders wear a brazier on your head. What you laugh about, Ruth Buzzard? You ain't exactly a sex symbol, honey. You could stroll naked through a camp of lonely lumberjacks, and all you pick up would be splinters. And don't you go snapping your gums, Jack Klugman. Anybody who spends 5 years living with Tony Randall, man, I'd like to hear you explain that to Anita Bryant. And now we get to you, Mr. Francis Albert Sinatra. You've always been posing and strutting. You're supposed to be a big man. Well, let me tell you something, Turkey. slam dunk you and still have room to palm a watermelon. I know you got your footprints in the forecourt of the Chinese theater. So what's the big deal? Everybody figured someday you'd wind up in cement. Good night, everybody. God bless you all.
Because I think maybe it wasn't on at the times I was able to watch stuff because they were all in the same pocket of reruns.
Ladies and gentlemen, the master of malice, Mr. Don Rickles.
Ladies and gentlemen, a lovely lady, wonderful.
Well, I wanted to ask you about Chappelle because he's possibly getting canceled. What do you think of cancel culture and its impact on comedy?
I think that comedy is going to be really rough for the next few years. And Chappelle is lucky he's in a great position. I wish him the best of luck. He's obviously very talented. He's made a lot of money, and that's going to help him tremendously. So that'll help him get past the cancellation. Good for him. And I'm happy that he's doing what he's doing in terms of continuing on. That's what I'll say about that.
And you talked about political correctness and its impact on entertainment as a whole. So I wanted to find out what you think in terms of comedy specifically. Are we at a point where you can't make jokes about certain people?
I think we're at a point that you can't make jokes about certain things. It's going to change the whole face of comedy. You'll see like the old Dean Martin stuff, and I said it on stage, but you'll never see another MASH, you'll never see another Jeffersons, you'll never see another All in the Family. Those days are over, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess we'll have to change up.
You talked about the pandemic too on stage. What do you think about the whole controversy with the vaccine? People who won't get the vaccine.
I think that this should happen. Nobody knows anything, and everybody who's a so-called expert should say, this is the first time for us too. We really don't know. Try it. We'll see. Good luck. That's all you can say, because nobody knows.
I'm proud I didn't get the thing you can't say on YouTube. And I've had it twice, and I'm fine. And I have no intention of getting a... And I support those, all of those that are, a few of those that are not made from byproducts of what Planned Parenthood does. But that particular one, hell no. Oh, here we go.
Foster Brooks, Abe Vigoda, Orson Welles, Milton Berle, and your roastmaster.
See, Milton Berle was before my time, so I don't really know much about him. And my knowledge of TV and pop culture goes back about as far as the 50s. And I'm aware of Groucho Marx. I never really watched anything he was in before that. So, I Love Lucy's about where my pop culture, because I used to watch reruns of I Love Lucy when I was a kid and the Beverly Hillbillies, and I never really liked the Brady Bunch because it's hokey, it's stupid, but wife loves it. There are a bunch of other shows that were fantastic, but yeah, as far as Milton Berle, I don't really, I can Google it easily, but I don't. They make a lot of jokes about him, and he was like right before my time, and I'm not really familiar with why he was famous. someone wants to put that in the comment section. I feel really stupid not knowing that. Probably should have Googled it years ago, but I've seen him in a bunch of these roasts, and it's like, I know the name. I know he was hugely famous at that time. I just can't, I don't know what for what.
Dean Martin.
On the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Betty played the part of Sue Ann, who tried to make it with every guy in the newsroom. But the truth of it is, she's a swinger in real life. She's so desperate, the other day at the studio, the security guard caught her giving out Hershey bars to the Osmond brothers. I feel sorry for her husband, Alan. He's pretty square, you know. When Betty was first dating him, she'd pretend she was shy. She'd always say, I can't make love with the lights on. Could you please close the car door? Here he is, a beautiful guy, Mr. Peter Marshall.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the last time I was here, I was the person being roasted, and Betty, you're in for a special, special night. Oh, I tell you. Wait till you see the party Dean throws after the show. Now, for me, he had all my friends, 2 bartenders, the Guy Lombardo Orchestra, a couple of girls from Hallelujah Hollywood, and that was just in a taxi cab. All I know about Betty is what I'm learning here this evening. I know she's crazy about cats and dogs. In fact, John Hillman knew that. You see, Betty went to one of John's parties, and during dinner, she spayed and neutered his animal crackers. And if I were Grizzly Adams, I could say, nobody wants to sit next to me. I've been sleeping with a bear for 6 months. So what? Betty White's been sleeping 15 years with a turkey. Friends, in the words of Phyllis Diller, who once said to Betty, she said, beware of cheap facelifts. I had one in Teflon. Now my makeup keeps sliding off.
Our next guest is the comedy star of Good Times, Jimmy Dynamite Walker. Every time I see this guy, he gets thinner and thinner, but he's been thin all his life. The day he was born, his mother thought she had given birth to a shoelace. Mr. Jimmy Walker.
When they first asked me to be on the Betty White roast, I was like many other people out there. I didn't know anything about Betty White. So I called my man Alex Haley of Roots. Try to get something happening, you know? That's right. And like so many other people in America, Betty does have black roots. And her cousin, I don't know if you know about her. Cousin Roxanne served in the Confederate Army. She surrendered at Appomattox. She surrendered at Shiloh. She surrendered at Bull Run. Anywhere the troops went, she surrendered. And Betty also has a famous cousin that we all know. That's a famous house painter called Off-White. And she still has a lot of relatives living in the Midwest. One of them is a faith healer called Miracle White. And Betty, she told me, she says, I like to be kind to the little people. She learned that from her great-great-grandmother, Snow White.
Now here's a very pretty girl who stars in the hit television show One Day at a Time. You know, people are always asking me, where are the new stars coming from? Well, this young lady is coming from my right. From my left. Well, she'll be right here. Yes, Miss Bonnie Franklin. Bring her out here. Let's hear it. Yeah! Here's the paper.
say that it's wonderful to be here. I think that you all should know up front that I have never met Betty White. That's the gospel truth. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to brag. If I sound a little bitter here, give me a chance to explain, okay? A few years ago, this nice lady, this lady I never met, this over-dimpled star, was overstocked with dogs. Now, a friend of hers suggested that she give one to me. I went in just to have his ears clipped. Simple, right? No, it wasn't simple. They wanted $50 to give him the dry look. Imagine. I can do that at home, free, just by putting a newspaper under it. You may not know this, but Betty also takes in actors down on their luck. And it's great. Well, if you don't mind being wormed and neutered.
I give you red buttons.
Oh, I'm delighted to be here tonight for Betty White, who once said to her husband, Alan Ludden, "Not tonight, unless you know the password." Why? Why are we giving Betty White a dinner when some of the greatest women in the history of the world never got a dinner? Eve, who said to Adam in the Garden of Eden, "Sure, you're the first man, but not with me." Never got a dinner. Maid Marian, who said to Robin Hood, "I will not live in a house with a little John." Told in my ear, who said to President Carter, "Give Panama the canal, give us the locks." Marie Antoinette, who said on the way to the guillotine, "Can you just take a little off the top?" Mrs. Anwar Sadat, who said to Anwar, "Make peace already, I'm dying for a corned beef sandwich." Bert Lance's teacher, who said to little Bert, "Now let's go over it again. 1 and 1 is 3. 3 and 3 is 8. 8 and 8 is 94. 94 and 94 is 136.
Well, it's always a great pleasure to introduce. Boy, it's nice with.
And there's no reason that anyone should. But language may get a little rough. It's over.
Al Franken, Lisa Lampanelli, Nathan Lane, Steve Martin, and Martin Short when the New York Friars Club roast of Chevy Chase returns. Once again, Paul Schaefer.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful. I am your roast master, and I'm just thrilled about it. Fair warning, though, especially for you ladies, the language may get a little rough tonight. In fact, the nicest word you're liable to hear tonight is so, you know, consider yourself warned, but this is absolutely great. I'm thrilled to be hosting tonight as we roast Chevy Chase. Of course, yes, absolutely. I don't know. What happened to Chevy's career? What happened to Chevy's career? I can answer that question in 3 grams. No. Some say his career went into the house because he burned a lot of bridges, he had a problem with prescription drugs. I think it was the acting. But as you look around the dais, you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Who the are these people? I do recognize Dean Winters and Chris Maloney of Oz. 2 guys who spend every Sunday night getting brutally ass in the shower, and then they go film the show. But seriously, Chevy, tonight it's all about the love. You made us laugh so much, and then inexplicably stopped in about 1978. But seriously, we love you. That's why we're here. And now, on with the fun. Thank you. Thank you very much. We truly do love him. Love this man. Al Franken has a lot on his mind, and he always says it. He's got big balls, Al. Unfortunately, they're on his chin, and they belong to Cedric the Entertainer. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Al Franken.
To back pills. You know, people always...
Big one, and I will
Not thicker, just younger. Ladies and... Okay, Lisa Lampanelli. She's been called a cross between Don Rickles and Archie Bunker, but in fairness to Lisa, she's got a much younger looking penis. Not thicker, just younger. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Friar Lisa Lampanelli.
It's true, I've got a big one, and I will you, Paul.
Whoa, yeah.
I swear to God, I am a horny white bitch. I will bang you like a dinner bell on the Ponderosa. I don't care if you're 3 feet tall, but if I banged you, you get stuck in the crack of my ass. I will flip you around like a 2-minute steak. I can't help it. It's that bald head. Is that hot or what? Every time I see you on TV, it reminds me to clean my dildo. Those jackets, what the hell? Did Michael Jackson's chimp have a yard sale? You look like the Grand Marshal of the freaking gay pride parade. Hey, Frank DeCaro, don't you laugh at no gay jokes, you movie reviewer. That guy is so gay, my ass hurts. He could sit on a lollipop and guess the flavor. Frank is so gay, he shit a condom. I am pissed off there are not more black guys here. Ben Vereen was supposed to show up. I love Ben Vereen, because I bang black guys, that's my thing. I do it all the time. It ain't by choice, I just haven't lost enough weight to get a white guy to me. It's true. I have banged so many black guys, my neighbors think my apartment's a stop on the Underground Railroad. The Friars Club is the best. They judge everybody on talent, not looks, creed, color, except Beverly D'Angelo. They let her in because she got big tits. What a rack. I'm not even a I want to put my face in there and see the sound it makes. Chevy, she was your beautiful wife, Beverly Angelo, in the vacation movies. Was that cool? What sparks flew between them two, huh? I haven't seen chemistry like that since Rosie O'Donnell poked Tom Cruise with her strap on. In fact, it's nice to see Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, that's Freddie Roman. I'm kind of disappointed, though. I really thought I was going to meet the whole cast of Saturday Night Live. Ends up Jane Curtin's on Broadway, and she couldn't make the trip. Lorraine Newman's here, huh? She showed up. Wasn't that nice? That's beautiful. She's skinny, huh? I've taken bigger dumps than that freaking broad. I could fart and blow you out of the room. You know that. Eat something and swallow. Frank does. But through it all, Chevy looks good, don't he, everybody? He looks freaking hot. He's tall. I love tall guys, because I've dated little guys. In fact, there might be one still inside me.
Thank you for letting me make fun of you, Chevy Chase.
Stay tuned for Todd Barry, Lorraine Newman, Steve Martin, and Martin Short when the New York Friars Club roast of Chevy Chase returns.
You may know Todd Barry from Sex and the City, where he played the gas station attendant who tells Kim Cattrall her is a quart low. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Todd Barry.
Thank you, everyone. That's Paul Schaefer. All righty. Paul's got his whole band here tonight. They're not going to play. They're a little wiped out. They just had to rehearse 3 measures of a Blink-182 song. My temp agency called this morning and asked me if I wanted to do this roast. I was pretty excited. And I started telling everyone, and everyone pretty much said the same thing. Roasting Chevy Chase, that's like shooting fish in a barrel. Actually, it wasn't everyone, it was just my 4-year-old nephew. But roasting Chevy Chase is not as easy as shooting fish in a barrel. It's as easy as looking at fish in a barrel. It's as easy as being somewhere near a barrel. But a lot of people Chevy sacrificed to be here tonight, and you got to appreciate that. Gilbert Gottfried had to take time away from not writing any new jokes since 1979. Lorraine Newman had to take time off from having lots and lots of time off. John McEnroe is here. My God, he's one of my heroes. He is. I remember 1981. There was one week where he appeared on the covers of both Sports Illustrated and Crybaby Weekly. Chevy, a lot of people are going to give you a hard time about your movies tonight, and I think you get a bad rap for that, really, because I think you make really thought-provoking movies. The kind of movies that raise ethical questions like, is it okay to ask for a refund at a dollar theater? Thanks a lot, folks. Good night.
Lorraine Newman was due here at the Hilton anyway to a Shriner. And we're thrilled that she's performing double duty tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Ann Chevy's Miss Lorraine Newman.
Thank you very much, Paul. You all know that I am not a stand-up comic, so, the Friars assigned someone to write jokes for me, and they were terrific jokes, but, I just couldn't find a way to sell them. They just weren't me. So yesterday I decided to dig out this old diary of mine, and I bought it at a little stationery store in the lobby of 30 Rock, and it was the first day I showed up at SNL. It's got to be, 27 years old? And I haven't looked at it in at least 20 years, so I really don't even remember half of the stuff that's in it. But I thought it'd be fun, so here it goes. September 30th, 1975. Dear Diary, wow, I don't know if this show is going to work, but you couldn't ask for a better group of people. Already Jane and Gilda and I feel like sisters. Danny is hilarious and has invited everyone up to his bar in Canada. Belushi's a little gruff, but it's obvious he's a sweetheart. Chevy said to me, and I quote, the Holocaust never really happened. It's a lie perpetrated by the Jews who own 80% of the wealth in this country. Then he tried to sell me Coke. I didn't buy any, partly because I didn't have any money, but mostly because he wanted me to use his as a straw. November 12th, 1975. Dear Diary, something terrible happened to Chevy. While doing a Gerald Ford sketch, he took a pratfall over a podium and injured his scrotum. I can imagine how painful hurting your scrotum is when you're as big a dick as Chevy. December 2nd, 1975. Dear Diary, the show is being plagued with bad luck. Danny had a psychotic break, Belushi's gone missing, and Lorne had a polyp removed from his colon. The biopsy showed that the polyp was actually Chevy up Lorne's ass. February 21st, 1976. Dear Diary, Chevy hit on me again. No dice, though. He also tried Jane and Gilda, but struck out there, too. He did, however, later that night, get a hand job from Al Franken. Schaefer watched. October 7th, 1976. Dear Diary, Chevy quit the show. He announced to us that he's leaving to pursue a dream he's had since he was a little boy, to make movies and host the worst talk show in history. We wished him well. We knew he could do it. Chevy, you've been a wonderful friend to me and always a gentleman, and I love you.
Up next, Richard Belzer, Nathan Lane, Mark Maron, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. The New York Friars Club roast of Chevy Chase is brought to you in part by Budweiser and Norelco.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take a moment to welcome back for his fourth consecutive Friars Roast appearance tonight's musical director, Grammy and Emmy award-winning John McDaniel and his orchestra. We're very lucky to have Mark Maron here tonight. Starbucks doesn't usually give people Saturdays off.
Work anymore but you. It's selfish. You're hurting yourself, the people around you, and you're disappointing people who rent videos every week. This actually isn't a roast, Chevy. It's an intervention. We are all here. We want you to stop making movies, television, anything. Please stop. You're out of control. You're in denial. No one wants you to work anymore but you. It's selfish. You're hurting yourself, the people around you, and you're disappointing people who rent videos everywhere. I heard you mentioning over there that you said, who the hell are these guys? I'm being roasted by nobodies. How can it be funny? And at least, you know, I'm a nobody at the beginning of my career. I was doing my research, and I went into a video store, and I was about to rent Cops and Robertsons, and I had to stop myself, and I grabbed, you know, Biracial Butt Busters 2 and Teenage Munchers just so the court wouldn't judge me. I remember watching your talk show, briefly, obviously, and actually saying to myself, Jesus, Arsenio Hall is a genius. Chevy Chase set a comedy standard. In fact, if someone with a promising career makes a string of bad choices, I call it a Chevy. If they co-star with a dog, it's a double Chevy. I am a big fan, thank you, and I hope it's okay.
On Law & Order Special Victims Unit, Richard Belzer plays Detective Munch. Detective Munch. I'll be honest, I don't have the end of this joke. It's just something, 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 Rosie O'Donnell. Ladies and gentlemen, Friar Richard Belzer.
Baruch Hu es Adonai HaMavarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMavarach.
Duda, duda. Paul looks great, doesn't he? Looks like he's been Moby. Chevy, I've known Chevy for over 30 years. And it's been amazing. I've known him so long, actually. I knew Chevy when he was almost nice. Don't give me courtesy laughs, because I'll go out in my limo and get a job in 5 seconds. I don't need you people. I'm a dramatic actor. I don't have to get laughs, so you better shape the up right now. I don't give a I promise you. I've known Chevy so long, I knew him when he was funny, goddammit. No, everybody's slamming Chevy. Actually, I knew Chevy's family, and I knew his dad. His dad told me an interesting story about Chevy. When Chevy was a little boy, he used to masturbate a lot. And one day his father caught him masturbating and said, "You keep doing that, and someday you're going to be starring in Fletch Lives." What his father said to him. Chevy's the kind of guy who calls out his own name when he's Chevy, let's put it this way, Chevy is to comedy what Anne Frank is to yodeling. The only difference is Anne Frank wasn't allowed to yodel. That's the only difference. But today, the only time Chevy Chase has a funny bone in his body is when I him in the ass. Thank you and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Chevy. I'm Steve Martin.
I'm Martin Short.
And I'm Nathan Lane. And we're here. We wanted to be there tonight, and sadly we can't, but we're here on the set of Three Amigos 2.
And we are having so much fun. And do we miss you?
And we wanted you, as you know, or maybe you didn't know, to be in the movie, but we
didn't have his new number.
Didn't have his new number.
Well, anyway, we're here on Three Amigos 2. We're shooting it, and missing you so much, it's like nuts, huh? Three Amigos 2.
Yep. Steve Martin, Nathan Lane, and Marty Short.
Does he know about this?
Does he know about what?
You know,
he doesn't even know he was in the first Three Amigos.
Chevy, we salute you on this your night. My two mute friends and I feel that it's so great.
That you're doing so well.
That you're doing so well.
You're doing so well.
Oh, I was.
Yeah. And as the Jewish people in show business say,
so long and see you later, mister.
Still to come, Beverly D'Angelo, Greg Giraldo, and Randy Quaid on the New York Friars Club roast of Chevy Chase.
D'Angelo is here. She, listen to this. Yeah, listen. She just gave birth to twins, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Beverly. Not only that, but as an actress, she's hotter than ever. In fact, Beverly just sunk her teeth into one of the meatiest roles of her career. But enough about Al Pacino's. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful and lovely Beverly D'Angelo.
Hi. Most people assume that when co-stars are on location, that sooner or later, at a certain point, they'll make love. I know that Chevy thought so. In fact, he claimed it was a SAG bylaw. But I said to him then, just as I said to him now, backstage, doo-doo, 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 I can't without falling in love. It happens every time I see the ceiling above me. Every time I get shoved. I can't without falling in love. It's not about me. I can't grind without losing my mind. I can't squeeze a gland without seizing a wedding band.
Thank you, inexplicable success story. But I'll tell you something, this is an awkward situation for people like me. I mean, what the hell have I accomplished? Look at this guy's a comedy giant. I'm supposed to make fun of him? I can only dream of making 3 good movies and 40 ones. There are no interesting, famous people up here. Look, myself included, I know I'm nobody, but this was supposed to be a big night for me. I was supposed to rub shoulders with big shots. Look at these people. You've been in 40 films. The biggest movie star up here is Al Franken. An OJ roast would have drawn more star power. No Aykroyd, no Murray. You couldn't even have gotten any of those midgets you worked with in Under the Rainbow. They always brighten up a room. Bring down the midgets. We got booster seats. Right, Paul? There's booster seats. Where are the midgets? You could have brought some midgets. The guys from Oz could have them. It would have been a party. But tonight is not about midget Tonight is about Chevy. And again, I feel uncomfortable trashing you. You've done things I can only dream of. Only in my wildest fantasies could I even hope to have a 6-week run hosting a talk show that made Arsenio seem watchable. Your show lasted 6 weeks. Sally Jesse Raphael's lasted 16 years. That's got to feel good late at night, huh? Oh, you. I chopped off 4 years for symmetry. Shut up. 20. It felt like 40. All joking aside, honestly, it's a thrill to be here honoring Chevy. Is it Chevy or Chevy? 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 I don't know. I can't. It's a thrill, a comedy icon, and living proof that you could actually snort the funniness right out of yourself. Thank you, and thank you, Chevy.
We'll be back with Stephen Colbert and Randy Quaid when Comedy Central's presentation of the New York Friars Club roast of Chevy Chase returns.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the great correspondent from The Daily Show, Stephen Colbert. Interesting fact, Colbert is a rare French cheese usually found. Fairy tale that is so refreshing.
Randy Quaid.
From you have I been absent in the spring, when proud-pied April, dressed in all his trim, hath put a spirit of youth in everything, that heavy Saturn laughed and leapt with him. nor the lays of birds, nor the sweet smell of different flowers in odor and in hue could make me any summer story tell. They were but sweet, but figures of delight drawn from you, you pattern of all those.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dean of the New York Friars Club, Freddie Roman.
Chevy, may I ask you to step around? I know you're tired of sitting there. Chevy, not once, but twice. No, right here. You subjected yourself to a friar's roast. The last time you were here, we gave you a beautiful watch. It's a new millennium, so now we're giving you a weapon. I present you with the beautiful Dome Crystal Friars Roast Award for being such a great sport and for enduring all of our jokes. Thank you for allowing us to screw you on national television. Ladies and gentlemen, Chevy Chase.
I agree with everything that's been said. Anyway, traditionally this is the point when the roastee has the chance to get even with all the other comedians, but there aren't any. I don't know what to say. Jesus, I don't know. I've heard language, but I mean, I f*** you, piss, fart. And Lisa Lampanelli, Jesus, get a shave. You look like Nixon's ass. I've never heard so much talk about drugs and a failed career based on drugs from so many people who took so many drugs. They just can't get off the subject. I mostly, of course, want to thank Paul Schaefer. I think he's been doing a great job all night. Thank you.
Chevy Chase, everybody. Chad, we're here because we love you. You're fantastic. I want to thank all the Friars and the guests and all the roasters for coming out tonight. Good night, everybody.
The New York Friars Club roast of Chevy Chase has been brought to you by Kia, who believes you should make every mile count. And by Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 for the PC, feeling the urge to create a bigger ride.
Don Rickles, as you know, this year.
I'm terribly sorry about the election. I really don't like you, Evil. I never did. You're annoying with your dummy motorcycle doing your trick-or-treat jobs off walls. Who cares? Senator, I'm terribly sorry about the election. You should have been president. I would like to kiss your knuckles and just be with you all the time, because to sit in Arizona and watch a coyote die, to me, is fun. I had a broad once, used to hang around Arizona, just lay in the damn desert going, "Hoo!" God bless you, Senator. And I mean this sincerely. You will be taken to your car, as always. And good luck to you in the Congress. I know that you sit there every night and go, "What are they voting on?" I kid you, Senator. Anyway, that's why you weren't president. You never laughed. You ought to be like Ford, wear the suit that doesn't fit. Now, I'd like to say, notice the way Goldwater went. That was a good one. Now, it's good to see you, Isabel, the wonderful black lady down on the end. I kid about black people. We need you people, really we do. I always kid the blacks. My friend Harry Goings, he's my dearest friend. He's been with me 22 years. He's black, and he's not here tonight, unfortunately. He was on safari, and a tiger ate him. You know what the blacks do? They run in front of the leopard going, "Here come a tiger, Mr. Lipschitz." Senator Goldwater went, "I gotta use that sometime." I kid my dear friend Dr. Joyce Brothers. I wouldn't let you treat my nails. Gabe Kaplan, my lanceman, that means a brother of my people, also a Jewish boy. Had you known evil personally, you could have been up close. But unfortunately, as my people say, love thyself as thy love thy Kader. Thy rabbi will bring thee to thyself, with thy faith. Notice? Goldwater went, "That's true." God bless you, Nipsey. When you get a chance, the hotel has to be clean. Tonight is your night, Evil. Evil Knievel, and you, William Conrad. You're a heavy man, Bill. You're going to swell up and die. Listen to me. Don't you worry, Evil. You'll never die. You had your shot at it. Of course, to you, I really mean this, Glenn Campbell. You've been my favorite. When the wife and I sit at home, we play all his albums. Saturday night with you, sitting around the house going, "My brother knows, my father knows, they're so down, my lips, my brother can't die." Look at that, 3 clowns in the back went, "Sing it, boy, sing it." You dummies, you're gonna die singing those cowboy songs. Do what Dean does. Everybody. Somebody pull the cord on Dean so his lip works. Of course, my idol, Milton Berle. God bless you, Milton. What a night for you. You've been such a great star over the years, and now we're going to put you in a home. No, it's only a joke. And Jackie Cooper, I'll never forget when Wallace Beery said, "Ah, gee whiz, kid, I love you." And you went, "Gee, Chip, I want to be Chip. I want to be with you, Chip." "Ah, get away from me, kid. Get away from me." Goldwater went, "That's it. That's damn good." And Ruth Buzzy is made up in her costume. I'm sorry. That's really Ruth Buzzy, folks. This is what you call a mercy date. She's a lovely actress, and she will be in the state hospital running through the halls going, "Want to see my kite?" Charlie Callis, a great star. I spoke to the Mayo Clinic, and they want your tongue put in a jar. But I do want to say, this has been a great night. Evil Knievel, we've met each other. I was here when, unfortunately, at Caesar's Palace, when you hit the wall and the ambulance driver went, he crashed. You're a great hero, Evil. Really you are. Either that or you're dumb. Take a motorcycle and jump over 12 trucks while the Jewish promoter's going, "He'll never make it." And the Italian's going, 8 to 5, he clears the trucks. And the color guy going, "Don't, man, you're going to die." Is this too fast, Senator? Don't write letters, folks. We cover them all. That's the whole thing, to have an American hero. When I was a kid, Jack Armstrong was my hero. Now we have you in your Tutti Frutti suit. You're married how many years now, Evil? 16 years. I just can picture him just sitting with the wife every day. She goes, "Do it to me!" I make jokes about you, Evil. Why? Because it takes a great deal of courage to do what you do, to jump over canyons, jump over trucks, get a job like everybody else. Stop annoying people with your trick-or-treat jobs. May I say to all of you, to you, Evil, thank you for making me fly up on Dean's plane. We had a Piper Cub with a rubber band on his nose. Somebody blew on us and we took off. It was a great trip, and you are one of the cheapest Italians I have ever known. Sinatra's going to hear about this. Frank couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately, because this wasn't exciting. But unfortunately, he's in Salerno going, I did what I was told. Notice, Senator, how I made it Salerno? Because I know you're taking notes. To you, Evil, good luck. Continue your great courage, no matter what you do. Just live, enjoy life, and pass on to all our youngsters, men and women, your great courage. I love you.
Phoenix, let him out! Emmett Smith. They roasted Emmett Smith? I remember ever watching that.
Oh my God, if you think I'm going to hell, wait till this motherfucker comes up. He's going to hell in a handbasket. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Jeff Ross. Representing your people.
How about a hand for your host, Jamie Foxx, everybody? Nice to see you back in men's clothes.
That's like Shaq.
I tried to look good for you. I got a haircut. Does this look bad? You can tell me. You know it's a bad haircut when halfway through the haircut, the guy just drops his scissors and he goes, fuck it. He goes, fuck this shit. This is all right. Nice to see you, Emmett. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for having me. You know, I was so excited to be here and see Shaq and Emmett and hang out with all these comedians. I feel like I died and went to Harlem. This ain't a roast, it's a barbecue. That's a Cavassier. I haven't seen this many black people in one place since Don King and Mike Tyson were handing out free turkeys.
Some of you niggas got mad.
They got everybody but Slappy White in this motherfucker. No, but this is great. It's really an honor to be here at the Wayans Brothers family picnic. I'll keep it short because Moose Johnston did all my shit. Like Jamie said, R. Kelly wanted to be here, but he was arrested. That guy went from fucking young pussy to being young pussy. If he had just worn a priest collar, he wouldn't have these problems today. But Emmett, you know, I'm here for basically two reasons. First reason is I'm a big, big fan of yours. Second reason is Shaq sent me a beautiful letter saying he wanted me to come, and it was for charity. And I knew it was really from Shaq because it was signed S-H-A-C-K. Shaq, man, you look good. You look good. Congratulations. Your knuckles look scraped. Did you walk here? I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying Shaq looks like a gorilla, but I saw him trying to peel a microphone. Is he laughing? Poor Shaq, he took me to see Siegfried and Roy last night. Halfway through, the white tiger started barking at him. And I know, Shaq, I know you're world champion. I know you're world champion. But you're so big and clumsy. Watching you play basketball is like watching a retard fuck. Shaq, you take more bad shots than Jason Williams. Is he here? Then fuck him. No, I'm teasing you, Shaq. You know that. You were great in the Green Mile. No, come on, man. Shaq, even you gotta admit your movies are bad, man. Look at me, all right? Stop making movies. Now memorize that and repeat it to Rick Fox. Is he here? Then fuck him. But Shaq, you know, stick to basketball. That's your thing, you know? This year the Lakers swept the Nets like Joe Torre's gonna sweep this place up after we leave.
Damn.
There's a hot crowd, Jamie. You warmed them up, man.
Hey, baby, I'm with you. Fuck you.
Nate Newton wanted to be here, but he had trouble stuffing his weed into the overhead compartment. Jerry Jones wanted to be here, but he had anything better to do. And Troy Aikman wanted to be here, but he got a concussion opening the invitation. This is a cool day, so you got Jimmy Johnson. How about a hand for one of the best coaches here tonight? Jimmy, the Dolphins called. They want their deposit back. Ah, this is all right. But the real man of the honor tonight is living legend Emmett Smith, if I can get serious for a second. But Monique's right. Don't you have a manager or agent to tell you about these commercials? You're a future Hall of Famer. You're doing commercials with an out-of-work puppet? What, they couldn't get the robot from Lost in Space? They couldn't get the parrot from Beretta? But you know, we all can come up to the microphone and make fun, but the truth is every comic up here dreamed of one day being a Dallas Cowboy. And the only one who even came close was Monique. Monique knows she's a big girl.
Don't get your ass kicked in here now, Jeff. No, all that shit is cute. Keep it over there now. Don't get fucked up at the roast barbecue, whatever the fuck you call it. If I get up.
Shaq, don't be loud. I heard Shaq's penis is so big right now it's being roasted at Caesar's Palace. Emmett, years ago, I saw you play at the Super Bowl in Atlanta, and I was always rooting for Buffalo because they had lost a few in a row, and I always root for the underdog. But your family was sitting in the box right next to mine, and they were throwing out so much love and cheering you on so hard, and I started cheering for you, and I've been cheering for you ever since. Much love, Emmett Smith. God bless you.
Get his ass off you, Monique. Get him off you, Monique. Yeah, we're going to hit that later. Give it up for Jeff Ross, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great job. Still can't get a job on TV. That's great. Jeff Ross' dick so small he could peel them. I got to go kill that motherfucker.
All right, here comes Jeff Ross, who actually toured with Charlie. You know, I always thought Jeff was a terrible comic until I learned that he actually is seriously, for real, mentally retarded. And now I think he's an inspiration and a hero. So please welcome America's special needs comedian, Jeff Ross.
For all of you dumbasses that get triggered by that word, I have a 14-year-old son who's autistic, who speaks with the communication level of a kindergartner and the math skills of a 6th grader. And that joke is funny as shit, and so is that word. So if I can laugh at the word retard, knowing full well that these insults are, that most of the use of that word is not aimed at people like my son, but people who ought to know better and still do stupid shit, which is really how that word is actually used, not had anything really to do with mental illness. Then you should be fine with it.
Give it up for the Warlock! Friends, roasters, enablers, lend Mike Tyson your ears. Because this lineup is so pathetic, I was hoping I'd get replaced by Ashton Kutcher. What a bunch of nobodies we're left with. Is this a roast of the Republican primaries?
Yes, that's still a funny joke, but fuck you.
Fuck you, Jeff! Thank you. I'm fucking scared of that guy. This is hard. How do you roast a meltdown? Charlie's meltdown was so bad, Al Gore's making a documentary about it. Tell us, Charlie, how do you go from being TV's highest paid actor ever to being the highest actor ever to be on TV? Charlie's nostrils are so snotty and full of coke, he calls them the Hilton sisters. But listen, Charlie, after 8 seasons, was it 8 seasons of 2.5 Men? It's great to finally see you doing a comedy show. You got so fucked by Ashton Kutcher, your name should be Demi Moore's vagina.
That's a good one.
Instead of getting his life together, Charlie went out on a national comedy tour. Where every night, Charlie, you walked on stage and you told the audience you were a warlock from Mars. Oh, maybe you are, but I'll tell you what you're not. A comedian from Earth. Charlie Sheen is to stand up what Larry Flint is to standing up. Charlie, if you're winning, then something's wrong with the fucking scoreboard. Come on, man. Charlie, if you're winning, then this must not be a child custody hearing. Only time your kids get to see you is in reruns.
That's a good one.
Charlie, don't you want to live to see their first 12 steps? You're the black sheep of a family responsible for 3 Mighty Ducks movies. You make your own father ashamed that he shares the same fake name as you. Martin Sheen and Emilio Estevez said they would have been here tonight, but they had a family obligation. Charlie's never lonely, don't worry. I've been up to that house. I can tell you that Charlie is stockpiling whores up there. The place is packed with whores. Charlie, you should be on Hoarders. Charlie Sheen is paid for so much sex, he keeps his credit card under his balls to save time. Oh, poor Charlie. Poor Charlie has the weight of the world on his shoulders. And Patrice O'Neill has it on his knees.
He was another good comic.
Patrice, you told me you would never do a roast, and now here you are, you sickle sellout. You like that one? I love you, Patrice. Why are you dressed like a gay umpire? Anthony Jeselnik. Some say you're the next Greg Giraldo. Let's hope so.
That's really funny.
Corbin Burnson show up? Where is he? Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? Star of Major League with Charlie? That's cool. We didn't even invite him tonight. He called into a radio station and won tickets. Where's Slash? There he is. Slash, you were awesome in the open of the show, man. That was cool. Always in that top hat, man. You're like the Abe Lincoln of rock and roll. Especially since you haven't had a hit in 7 years. Yeah. I'm just kidding, Slash. Thanks for playing my nephew's bar mitzvah last year. That was cool. That was really cool. And oh, wow, look at that. Looking good. Brooke Mueller, Charlie's ex. What's up, babe? She's not very bright unless Charlie's throwing a lamp at her. Too soon? John Lovitz, great job tonight, man. That was funny. Nice to see you taking a break from taking a break. John, what's your catchphrase? Chinning. And there's our old roast honoree, William Shatner, one of the coolest guys in the world. I'm not going to make fun of him because he looks like he's on his final frontier. Hey, Captain Kirk, maybe Scotty can beam your balls up from the floor. You old pervert. Backstage, he flashed Kate Walsh's graying anatomy. And of course, the Jackass family suffered a terrible tragedy recently. Steve-O started doing stand-up. And I can't believe I get to sit next to the Iron Mike Tyson, man. One of the coolest, most amazing athletes in the world. Thanks for rolling with the punches tonight, champ.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
I bet you haven't been shit on this hard since you cleaned your pigeon coop this morning. Not only do you love pigeons, but you sound like one. Listen, I'm not going to make fun of Mike Tyson because...
That's right, because I'm going to shit on you
That's
tonight.
right. I know. If you're willing to do that to your face, imagine what he would do to mine.
Oh!
What is that on your face? A target for pepper spray? Mike, the ironic thing is after all the faces you bashed in, the one you fucked up the most is your own. But there's no denying the fact that Mike Tyson had the hardest hitting right hook in history. Your opponent spent more time bleeding in the corner than Charlie's ex-wives. Too soon? Too soon? Too real? Too real? And now that the goddess have moved out, Charlie had to start snorting coke off his own dick. Has anybody seen your ex-goddess Brie Olson's latest movie? Last time I saw that many guys coming out of the same hole, I was watching the rescue of the Chilean miners. Charlie, your work has always inspired me. When I saw Platoon, I started caring about the troops. When I saw Wall Street, I wanted to take over the world. When I saw 2.5 Men, I wanted to get up and go see a movie. Charlie, by taking these punches from us tonight, you proved to all your fans that you're the new king of the comebacks. Yeah. In fact...
No, you didn't really come back.
In fact,
that.
you've come on more backs than anyone in Hollywood.
No! Shit!
Charlie, when you were on the tour, I roasted you 8 times in 8 different cities, and I got meaner every time. You were a great sport, perhaps the greatest sport in roast history. And I don't know what you're going to do next, but whatever you decide, I know firsthand that there's an army of fans out there waiting to check it out and support you in a big way. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Good luck.
gonna be in English?
Please welcome a man who is as unbecoming as he is hilarious, Jeffrey Ross.
He got busted. One skips a generation, so you're probably.
Look at that old wrinkled brown thing over there. Is that George Hamilton or Oprah Winfrey's? Well, it's no coincidence George Hamilton loves the sun. They were born in the same year. The difference is the sun is actually a star. In fact, George, you're the closest thing we have to a black on the dais. Oh, that's not because of your skin color. It's because you're a terrible father and you haven't worked in 20 years.
I have to say goodnight now. First of all, I'm going to sock you right in.
Don't forget your walker. Oh, it's good to see my old pal Pam Anderson here tonight. I love you, Pam. What's the story with your tits? They're big, they're small, they're big. You've had more surgeries than Roger Ebert. Oh, it's a roast, assholes. Speaking of worthless Americans, Hulk Hogan is here. Hulk, you were the greatest wrestler ever! Hulk Hogan became the world champion by being the first man to escape the Iron Sheik's camel clutch. That was great. Now, if only you had been smart enough to escape your wife's camel toe, you'd be a lot richer. In fact, Hulk, listen. It's the sound of a 19-year-old's balls hitting your ex-wife's chin. But enough about this cast of the real has-beens of Orange County. We're here tonight to roast a man whose career has crumbled worse than downtown Haiti. Mr. David Hasselhoff. Yes. David Hasselhoff's career has become such a huge disaster, I just saw an oily pelican fly out of his ass. And you quit that cushy gig as a judge on America's Got Talent. What's wrong with you, man? That was the worst career move since Mel Gibson bought his girlfriend that tape recorder. In closing, you, David Hasselhoff, are an inspiration. Early in your career, when people said, David, you could never be a serious actor, you said, yes, I can. When they said, David, you could never be a great singer, again, you said, yes, I can. And we people said, David, you can never be respected in entertainment a third time. You said, yes, I can. Well, David, simply put, you couldn't, you didn't, and you're a douche. But don't worry, David. You can always be my Baywatch bitch. Thank you very much, David Hasselhoff.
Time for war.
Hey, Lisa. How's it going, brother? Hey, dude. You know, I haven't seen you since you beat my ass in WrestleMania 4. Of course, back in those days, Lisa wrestled under the name Andre the Vagiant.
Pretty sure he didn't write it. Good luck.
You know, I'm not gonna mess around with that Jeff Ross guy. You know, his people are double tough. The one time I tangled with a Jew, my ex-wife got half my shit.
That's a good line.
Of course, I recognized Jeff backstage. His face all puffy, red and stubbly. He looks like something Pam Anderson. I'm sorry. Do I have to say this?
Yes. Read the fuck proper. Ready to jump, man.
You can say it. Okay. All right.
He looks like something Pam Anderson had burned off her lips. You know, guys, I'm just kidding. This woman is a legend, the sex symbol of her era. Pam Anderson has been in the pages of Playboy more times than Greg Giraldo's semen. The great Jerry Springer is here. You know, his show always starts with a crowd chanting, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. What they don't show is the announcer asking, who's the sleaziest needle dick scumbag in television? Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Well, speaking of something you don't want to see in the daytime, Whitney Cummings is here. You know, this roast is a huge deal for Whitney. She got her first taste of celebrity backstage when George Hamilton in her mouth. Too soon? Hey, what do I know? I'm not a comic, brother. Seriously, Hoff. Brother, doesn't it bother you that your career is in the same toilet that Lisa drinks out of? But brother, I love you, man. And I hope you keep on doing your thing, Hoff. Because when you're gone, there's nobody that will ever take your place. Except maybe that guy from Airwolf. Well, I guess in closing, there's just one question to ask you, Hoff. So what you gonna do, brother, when nobody will hire you?
Knock it off. Our next roaster is Pamela Anderson. The sexiest woman in the world of long ago. Please welcome the batshit crazy, raccoon-eyed, hottest chick of the Prohibition era, Pamela Anderson.
Okay. This is fun. Anyway, thank you.
Look at you, you handsome son of a bitch. Take off your hair so I can run my fingers through it. You look great. David, your acting is like Inception. There's no sense of reality. It's impossible to follow what's happening, and midway through, we realize you were unconscious the whole time. But David is more than just a terrible actor. He's also a terrible singer. He's the only singer in history whose auto-tune just said My friend, you have done it all.
Thank you.
You've gone from Baywatch to Death Watch. And I think I speak for everybody here when I say that what we remember most of all about you is Pam Anderson's tits.
David Hasselhoff started his career on The Young and the Restless. Now he's known as the old and the shit-faced. Man, David, were you ever a drunk? I don't want to say David drank a lot, but his liver was so black and bloated it could have starred in Precious. David Hasselhoff's liver is so black it's two of the Kardashian sisters. And you quit that cushy gig as a judge on America's Got Talent. What's wrong with you, man? That was the worst career move since Mel Gibson bought his girlfriend that tape recorder. Early in your career, you said, yes, I can. You can never. Well, Dave.
Finally, a Jew gets to roast a German. Heil Hasselhoff! The only difference between Hasselhoff and Hitler, at least Hitler knew when his career was over. You know, it's kind of ironic you made millions playing a lifeguard because every night you drown in your own sorrows. But Baywatch, that was always my favorite. That was always my favorite. I think you should have gotten a special Emmy just for holding your stomach in for 12 seasons. By the end, you had the biggest tits on the show. And by the end, you actually did run in slow motion. Hoff, I know you think you're so clever, how you managed to insert the word Hoff into everything. Everything except the sentence, hey, I've been offered a job.
Seriously, Hoff. Brother, doesn't it bother you that your career is in the same toilet that Lisa drinks out of?
Except when they roasted me, I was relevant. Pain. I know exactly. Oh, David, I feel your pain. I know exactly what you're going through. Except when they roasted me, I was relevant. I remember how nervous I was on my first day of Baywatch because I can't swim. But David was so sweet, he pulled me aside and said, don't worry, I can't act. David took his role on Baywatch very seriously. You know, one time I actually saw him rescue a real person who was drowning. David pulled the man ashore, gave him mouth-to-mouth, and of course the man immediately died of alcohol poisoning. David, I really want to work with you again someday, but you know there's just no roles for someone like me in gay porn.
Yes, there are.
Okay. Everyone up here has been making fun of David's music career, but I think, you know, there's nothing more romantic than opening a bottle of wine, lighting a roaring fire, and listening to my Hasselhoff CDs as they crackle in the flames.
I mean, honestly, in your whole life, you've never been in anything good. Except Pamela Anderson.
Like a Polaroid picture. Nobody uses it anymore, and shaking it does not make it appear faster. And your music is obviously horrible. I actually tried to buy one of your songs on Amazon.com. It said users who bought this item also bought a shotgun.
That is quite a tuxedo. You look like Adam Lambert's prom date. You're huge in Europe. You're even knighted by the Queen of England. She dubbed you cirrhosis of liver. Hasselhoff, have you ever not been drunk? You used to have a car that started when you talked to it. Now you have a car that won't start when you blow into it. You're such a drunk. When alcohol does its taxes, it lists you as a dependent.
That's funny. All right, well, it is now 12:01 in the a.m., so my patience for this game is about at a 10 today. So I do believe we are going to call it a night. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Trying to laugh along with trying to build some stuff for Phoenix. So he bailed about a half hour ago. At any rate, it's been fun. And we'll catch you in the next one.